overwhelming for me, but I want to begin with an apology that this is not in Hebrew, because it's not going to be in Hebrew, don't worry. One of the things that I think I try to encourage or insist upon is the use of Hebrew at Kehilat Yedidya. But I wrote the book in English so that it would have a wider audience. And I thought if the book is in English, then the book launch should be in English. And there are people in the room who don't understand Hebrew. I don't think there's anyone who doesn't understand English. I guess they wouldn't have come. I was hoping that we would come late. Okay. Anyway, and also today is Nadav's birthday, so I wanted to wish him. I do want to thank all of you for coming. There are some people who came from well outside of the city, from Tel Aviv, Ra'anana, and Rehovot. Did I forget anybody? What? Oh, of course. Well, there's someone who came from a very great distance. It's called Be'er Ora, and it's right near Eilat. So thank you very much for coming. Yeah. And it's really a real pleasure for me to be here with so many people I know from different parts of this story. Now, I certainly want to thank Linda, Yoni, Judy, and Nomi. And I want to thank all the people who helped with this evening, which certainly Netanel, who's done a terrific job. Miriam, all the people who baked. I won't mention all the names. There are other thank yous, they're in the book. The last part of the book is acknowledgments and thank yous. So I'm not going to read that list, but you know, you can, I mean, I hope you all buy the books. But I do want to thank three people or sets of people. First of all, I want to thank someone who's really been my inspiration and encouraged me to write this book, Ruth and Shlomo Berlinger. Thank you so much. Judy and Meir, my sister and brother-in-law, for their support, without which I could not have gotten this book published. Was Tzvi Bauer here? Downstairs. Oh, downstairs. Well, I want to thank Urim Publishing, and it just occurred to me that in 2 days we will be celebrating Chag Urim. Sheyeh Chag Urim Sameach. And for the people in the audience who will be celebrating Christmas at the same time as Chag Urim, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I also am tremendously moved that Alice Shalvey came. Alice just recently turned 90. Okay. Now, after we finish, you're invited to go downstairs. At that point, there will be refreshments and schmoozing and hopefully book buying. I'm happy to sign. I'll stay here as long as we have to. Although I do like to watch The West Wing at 11. It's okay, I could miss. There are reruns anyways. The going price of the book is 90 shekels, but tonight you get it for 70. Wow. I'm just going to say a couple more things and then I'm going to read a little bit from the book. When I first started the project, someone said to me, "Oh, you must work with a writing teacher." I didn't. And other people said, "Well, you have to work with an editor." I didn't. And I didn't work with an agent either. And I apologize to all my friends in the audience who are writing teachers or agents. I just did it my way. So any mistakes in the book, dedicated to memory is not a mistake. And NOOMI is not a mistake. But if there are mistakes or things that you're uncomfortable with, it's my responsibility, my fault. I also want to say that there are many people who I really, really like or even love, who aren't in the book. Some are, and I call them a friend. I don't always say the name. If you're not in the book, it doesn't mean I love you less. It just there wasn't a specific story I wanted to tell about. That's all. So, I do want to urge you to help me. And you can help me not only by getting the book yourself, but, you'll see in the book I'm not involved with the social media that my sister mentioned. I saw the film Social Network about Mark Zuckerberg, and that turned me off being on Facebook. And certainly not Twitter. But if you are on social media, please share. I can send you as often as you want the cover, or the front cover, the back cover, anything you want that you could make available to your contacts, because I really want to get it out there. And finally, Linda and I were talking about what I should read or what she wanted to read. And I said, don't read the chapter on Yedidya, although Naomi actually, I think, perhaps both of you made reference. Yes, you said Kabbalat Shabbat. I don't want to read that chapter. Other than veganism, I think that's the most controversial chapter in the book. And I didn't want to read from the last chapter, which is called The Hopeful Pessimist, that explains what that means to me, because that's a spoiler. So you have to read the book and then get to the last chapter. So I am going to read the chapter about quiz shows that you mentioned. And before, it's short, it's a very short chapter. Before I read it, I want to explain two things. First of all, when I say Bobby, that's my maternal grandmother. And there's a note in the book about why we don't, in our family we didn't say Bubby, we said Bobby. So that's my grandmother. And the other thing is, there's something that was called the Weissman Family Fun Club. It's mentioned in an earlier chapter, I explain it. So in this chapter, it's assumed that you already know about Bobby and the Weissman Family Fun Club. Okay. Quiz shows. Prior to the days of so-called reality TV, an oxymoron if I've ever heard one, there used to be quiz shows that tested people's knowledge without too many gimmicks. We did find out later that some of them were rigged, but not the ones I personally experienced. Going back to the days of the Weissman Family Fun Club, I have enjoyed quizzes and other intellectual games. I inherited from my mother a love for crossword puzzles. She used to do the New York Times puzzle every day. I'm not as talented as she was in this area, and I never even bother with the Friday and Saturday puzzles because they're too hard. In my sophomore year of college, the autumn of 1967, I tried out for the Barnard team that would appear on the General Electric College Bowl program.